Okay, so today I'm going to do a very short introduction to tapping. It's just to show you how to do it. So if you want to learn more, then get in touch. You can come and do a session with me and then you can go a lot deeper into how to work with tapping in your life. But there's no reason not to start now. It's very, very simple and you can do it in only 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, and you'll notice a really profound effect on your sense of balance and the levels of stress. It's a really great stress release tool, not to mention clearing anything really that is holding you back. It's all about releasing any kind of negative energy or anything that blocks you from just feeling joyful and positive. And what's great about tapping is that you can really target the specific kind of patterns of thought, patterns of feeling, the beliefs that you hold, right? So whereas with meditation, even exercise, all of these things are great for transforming the relationship between your body and your thoughts and your feelings. And we know that meditation changes the brain, and so does tapping. But what's amazing about it is that you can actually target specific pathways, specific things that you want to clear. So without further ado, I shall show you how to do it. So there are a number of tapping points that we need to use, and I always do them in the same order just so that I remember them easily. It doesn't matter what order you do them in, and sometimes if you find that one particular point is really working for you, carry on, tap on that point, it's fine. It's very flexible. But for the sake of completeness, I always do the same order, and I always cover all the tapping points because you never know what you're accessing through that particular point. So, the tapping points are the side of your hand, the fleshy part of your hand basically on the side. Tap it with 2 or 3 fingers. That's your kind of setup statement. This is where you tap on the side of your hand while you really get into whatever it is that's holding you back, and you loosen it up before you actually do the rounds of tapping. And I'll show you how to do that later. So that's the first point. Next we have the eyebrow point. So that's just above your eyebrow, right at the edge of your eyebrow, on the bone there. And then it's the side of the eye. Again, that's on the bone on the side of your eye. I don't know if you can do that. And then under the eye, again on the bone. So pretty simple, it's all on the bone. Then it's under your nose. It's your chin, just under your lip. Then we have the collarbone point. So where your collarbone kind of meets in the middle, it's a couple of inches down, a couple of inches across. Now with tapping, it doesn't matter which side of the body you're using, and you can switch sides while you're doing a tapping session. That's fine, and you can tap on both sides if you feel like it too. So either way, just a couple of inches down, a couple of inches to the left or the right, and you can tap there. Or if you're kind of worried that you're not hitting the right spot, you can use your whole hand and you'll hit it. Then it's under the arm where, for women, their bra strap would be. Men, I'm pretty sure that you'll be familiar with where that is. So yeah, it's just on the bra strap, basically, under your arm, the fleshy part again. And then it's right on the crown of your head, the very top of your head. And that's all the tapping points. So this is how we would do it. Let's imagine we've got some stress in our body. I'm sure for most of us we don't actually have to imagine that. So for me, I've been surfing a lot recently, so I've got some tension in my shoulders, probably around a 6 or a 7. So yeah, rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, right? I've got this tension. And it can be a belief. How strongly do I believe this? Or how strongly am I feeling this emotion, for example? We're going to do it with tension in the body. So, and then what you do is you would use the setup statement. So you tap on the side of the hand, like I said earlier, and you say even though, and then whatever it is that you want to clear. And then afterwards you would say, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Now if that feels impossible for you, you can go for the much more modest and very British, I'm okay. But it works best if you say, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. So even though I have this tension in my body, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I have this tension in my body, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. You're going to say it 3 times. Even though I have this tension in my body, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Now, if you're doing this yourself, you'd be quite specific about the tension, so you might want to describe it. This dull pain, this throbbing pain, this sharp pain. You can even give it a shape or a colour. You know, be as specific as you can. Really kind of get into it, right? Get the access to it. What we're doing with the setup statement is we're loosening that up. We're allowing it to loosen a bit so that it's ready to be cleared. And then we're going to clear it with tapping on the tapping points. So, there's tension in my body. Side of the eye, there's tension in my body. Under the eye, there's tension in my body. Under the nose, there's tension in my body. Chin, there's tension in my body. Collarbone, there's tension in my body. And under the arm, there's tension in my body. And then top of the head, there's tension in my body. And whatever it is that you're saying, it's just a reminder of it. So just use a few words. You could even just say this tension. Whatever reminds you of what you've used in the setup phrase. This tension. This tension. This tension. This tension. This tension. And I'm tapping maybe, I don't know, 7 to 10 times. Sometimes longer. This tension. This tension. Yeah, on each point. And then take a deep breath. And see if that's shifted. So it might have gone up, it might have gone down, it might have stayed the same. Sometimes it goes up before it goes down because it kind of goes up because you're giving it attention, right? And it's getting ready to clear. So then you might think, right, okay, well for me, for example, it's loosened up a little bit, it's probably gone down to a 5, so I would keep doing that until it goes down to at least a 3 or below. The other thing that might happen is when you're tapping on that, so you're talking about the tension in your body, you might suddenly start thinking, you might have thoughts or feelings that come up, you might start feeling, I don't know, scared, for example, or you might have a thought about a really stressful meeting tomorrow, or even a belief might come up, you know, I'm never going to get rid of this tension. Whatever it is that's offered to you while you're tapping, then you can tap on that. So you might start saying, even though I'm feeling tension about this meeting tomorrow, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I'm tense about this meeting tomorrow, I love and accept myself deeply and completely. And then you would just tap this meeting, etc. So it's 3 times with the setup phase. And then I sort of do a couple of rounds before I kind of gauge where I'm at. As I've said before, this is just an introduction, something you can do a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes at night, and you will notice a huge difference. But it's great to work and go more deeply with a practitioner, and there's all sorts of fun things you can do. So please do get in touch if you're